I'm Delbert Murphy. I am a Microsoft Certified Architect, and I'm a member of the Board of Advisors for the Certified Architect program. So I help be the face of the community into Microsoft Learning and the Microsoft Certified Architect program. So we're trying to bring architecture to the point where it's a profession, where we have people who are licensed. And so we're starting with a certification around that. And it does not have to be about Microsoft technology. So it can definitely be, if you're a JEE architect or SAP or something like that, it's fine. The 4 core tenets of the Microsoft Certified Architect program are: number 1, that you're a practicing architect; number 2, that you communicate up, down, and across your organization; number 3, that you use best patterns and practices to deliver architecture solutions; and number 4, that you develop architecture in a technology-independent way. And for some folks, rationalizing that with the Microsoft brand on the certification is a little bit difficult, but we actually certify architects, not folks who work with Microsoft technology.
So, like most of the Microsoft Learning criteria stuff is all around a product or a skill base or things like that. So I get certified as a C# developer or as a BizTalk developer.
Yeah,
right.
SQL.
And so this is a definite departure from that, you're saying, because of the fact that it's specifically technology independent.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's also different in that it's a board-based or a peer-based review of a candidate rather than just an exam. So there's quite a rigorous process in preparing for the interview with the board. You have to put together a case study, your current resume, mapping your background to the 7 competencies that we certify based on, and a presentation that you give to the review board. So it's all of those things together that you come before a review board of your peers and present, and it's kind of like defending a doctoral thesis. You have a great deal of give and take with the board about why you chose certain of the solutions that you chose. So it's a tremendous challenge, but it's also rewarding when you get there.
So you said you certify architects in 7 specific areas. Do you happen to know them off the top of your head?
The 7 competencies are technology breadth, technology depth, strategy and tactics. Come on, I should know them. Organizational dynamics. I didn't say that one already. I should know the other 2.
Messaging, you said at one point, I thought, the other day? No? Okay.
No, messaging is a variation on the Microsoft Certified Architect certification.
Okay.
We're certifying architects who are solutions architects or who are infrastructure architects. And then the other architect that you more commonly see is an enterprise architect, and we're not certifying at that level. And then we have another area now that's a little bit more specialized, and that's around messaging, or it used to be called the Exchange Ranger program. So that's the other aspect.
Okay. Very cool. How many MCAs are there?
Currently, we are just under 100 MCAs, and fewer than half of those are Microsoft employees, and fewer than half of those are based in the United States. So we've got a really good range of folks from all over the world. We have quite a few folks now in India who are certified. We've got a growing group in Australia, Asia Pacific who are certified. We have a number in the UK and in Europe. So we're getting a good balance of different folks interested in the certification.
Now, how long has the program been around?
It's been around about 2 years, and we've really been in production, if you will, for about the last year.
Yeah, because I met Chip Wilson before, who is one of the early MCAs. But at that point, when I met him, he was saying that there were 10 at that point. All right, so obviously you guys have had a very good adoption rate since then, as far as it going out.
Actually, we have a good rate of people coming into the program to be evaluated for the certification. Right now, the rate of folks who pass the certification is not really where we'd like it to be quite frank. And we're working on mentoring options and screening options and things like that to help make sure that we get the right people into the program in front of the board.
So when you say it's not where you want it, are you failing too many or passing too many?
We're failing too many.
Okay.
And I think it's very interesting because Chip was on my board, who's one of the reviewers who reviewed me. And there was another gentleman on that board as well, and that was about 1.5 years ago. And that particular gentleman was not serving on review boards for about the last year because he took a very challenging vice president's job for a major financial institution as an architect for them. And he recently came back and sat on a review board and reviewed candidates, and he was amazed at how consistent we've been over the last 1.5 years. It was if you just set the clock back to when he had last sat on a review board. So we're very encouraged with that feedback from him because we're maintaining a very consistent bar. It's just a very high bar.
Yeah. So if someone were like, well, what should I be looking for to know as the markers that I might be a candidate for this? What sort of things would you tell them to be looking for in their experience to be someone who might be interested in becoming a certified architect?
We're looking for practicing architects who take solutions all the way from the very early inception all the way through to production and live with the mistakes that they make, if you will. So we want to see people go through the whole life cycle. The other thing we like to see is that they're delivering solid, predictable results on large projects. So really, we're certifying people who do architecture for enterprises, and high risk, high visibility sorts of projects. So I think that would be one thing to look at. Another thing you can do if you're interested in the program is go to the Microsoft Learning site and then look under the MCA or Microsoft Certified Architect program. There is a set of competencies, that are outlined in a competency map, and you can look at the various levels that we describe inside of each competency. So we say a person does not meet, nearly meets, or exceeds any of these 7 competencies. And so what you can do is look at the descriptions for those things and start to see how you match up against those competencies. The other thing is that you can email the MCA program, and there's a mail to link on the site, and let them know that you would like to work with a mentor, work with someone to have them evaluate your progress or standing in the industry, and when that evaluation takes place, you'll get a really good feel from an experienced MCA as to how you might be able to do in front of a board.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you for talking to me about that.
Hey, no problem.